I've been emptying boxes for the last couple of days. Had to get that guy back his box truck. Never knew I had so many old power mics. And more power mics there, but old Turner +2. I don't know if they call that a +2, do they? Oh, it's a Turner though. Couple realistics, a Robin. So you got 3 of them realistics. I got the one tester on the right checked it. It seems to be working. Haven't got to the one on the left yet. The other 3 I have. One, the switch was bad. The other 2, the modulation test don't work. There's a smaller boxes. It's hiding over there in the corner. I got 2 of them. One, the switch is broke. The other one, the modulation test don't work. I've been through all that. That second 2000 isn't working. I plugged it in, the free counter and everything worked. I plugged it in the second time and now it don't work. The top numbers aren't lit. And I don't know, it just don't seem like it's working good. That 148, I cleaned it all up and everything, plugged it in, don't work at all. That President up top there, that does work. Everything seemed okay on it. The bottom 2000, it needs all the knobs are scratchy in it. Let's see, I come over here. I got all these mobiles checked. They all still work. The bottom 4 was ones that were in my trucks, got freak channels. Was in all my dump trucks and stuff. Top 2, I don't know where they come from. I had this old 142. I didn't clean it up because it didn't work. I plugged the damn thing in. The one needle, it didn't work. I tapped it and got it up, but to get it back down, you got to tap it. This one seems to be working all right. It's keying up now. I didn't put a meter on it. That meter there works everything with the modulation. The modulation tester don't work. And I see that must be a common thing for them. But I'm happy I got a 148 that's working that I thought were 142, excuse me. Where's that 8? Can't remember. 142. Yeah, I was surprised it works. I swore I tested it and it didn't. I got a couple mics to clean yet. That was, when I worked for the township, that was actually my fire department radio that I carried with me. And where I got all them handhelds over the years picking stuff up. My 4 power supplies worked. These 2 worked. These are both pyramid. That's a 20. I think this is a 30. And I can't turn it. My president, JFK, that would key, up to 30 watts and swing more. Don't light up. I take it apart and I'm thinking, what the hell was all them little capacitors or whatever the hell they call them in there? Like that thing, whatever they call that. Here I got to looking, them are all stink bugs. What, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's the tight side. Who knows how many's down in the other side. I have another one of these 20 amp pyramids, it keeps blowing the fuses. It won't work. I got my cupboards up and got all my new stuff back in there. And my old Silver Streak 150s. The newer ones that had the red rocker knobs. Ended up with 5 brand new D104 handheld mics. Some are 5-pin, some are 4-pin, over in Unity. This is that one power supply that keeps blowing the fuse. I looked inside, I don't see nothing wrong. It must be that rust on that thing right there. If anybody there knows any idea on these, it pops a fuse as soon as you put it in. I put a bigger fuse that hummed for a second and then blew the fuse. And flux capacitor back there, what do they call that, inverter or AC to DC something capacitor. It didn't get hot. The wire got hot up to the switch. And then this white wire got hot going back under here. Not hot, but warm. But it was hot back here at the fuse blown. I figured, hey, for 1 out of 3, that wasn't too bad. I got that whole shelf empty now, and part of the other one I got. Well, it's gonna take some cleaning, huh? I know where 2 of my routers are. One for, I believe, that one right there. I have 3 router boxes. I must have 3 routers. Where the heck's the other one? That turned sideways in there. That's I believe it's a Palomar. 321 it's called. That's crazy. I bought and sold that linear probably 5 times. So it's about 300 watts. In the end, I give it to my buddy for helping me. He sold it, and then I bought it back from the person he sold it to years later. That kicker just kept coming back to me. So I'm getting this CB stuff kind of in order. Them stink bugs, that's crazy. Look. If I can amp that up. I hope that's why it didn't light up. I got that radio from a guy named Lead Pipe. It was his handle, Lead Pipe. It would key. It has a power knob on it where you can turn the power up and down. You could get it up to like 50 watts. I put it on that stupid little Midland antenna that everybody was complaining about on that site the other day. That's that little antenna that on that CB site everybody was talking about the other day. And I got 67 feet of wire in a cupboard in there that you were supposed to have so your SWRs were right. But I took it and got it fixed, but then it would only do 30 watts. They couldn't find the same finals or something that it had in it. But the guy did get it working, it just wasn't as powerful. This is a sweet little device here. Put that in between your microphone and your radio. And it echoes, it vibrates, it plays music, does all kind of crazy shit. I got this from that Lead Pipe guy too. That's a Palomar model VC100. It's got echo on it, and it would play this music like an ice cream truck. When you hear the ice cream truck coming, playing the music, when I key my mic as I talk, that would be playing in the background, and I could turn it up and down in the background, or have echo, whatever you wanted. See, I had all my stuff rigged up on plugs where I could just plug in all my different things. I'm not sure. I didn't have this box, these two boxes very long, so they didn't get used a lot. Both some kind of Echo boxes. This one was expensive. I can't remember what all it did, but it was expensive. If you look back through my videos where it says CB room time capsule, it's pretty far back in my videos. But if you go watch that, you'll see all this stuff when it was set up on shelves and stuff where it's set for 20 years. Not that I just bought this so I could test my microphones. I haven't used it yet, but like I say, all them power supplies seem to work. I think I was happiest about this bass working. I swear this didn't work before. It's scratchy too. Them people, I don't know if that's. All right, how about a radio check? Hey, how about a radio check? That didn't get me nowhere. Okay, I'm 11 minutes. I haven't tested any of these yet. They probably lost their program. Need reprogrammed. I always had police scanners too because I worked for the borough and I'd listen to I knew all the police, you know. All my trucks had scanners in them. I got that 2000 mic cleaned up. I got all these kickers checked. That one works good. That one's 140 and swings up some. Or 120, excuse me. This one's 120 and swings up. Here, I had it written on the back. When I cleaned them, I had it written down in the back in red. You can hardly see that, but I had it written on there what they did. I got some bases and old bases and stuff back here need cleaned up. But yeah, I'm getting it organized. I got my Pride DX there covered up. I had the top covered up on that, and the inside looks like a spider web. I don't know if it's safe to lightly blow them out or suck them out with a vacuum cleaner or what I'm going to do. Same with this one right here. This is a 305 Hotel Artem Thunderbolt. All right, before I put this thing up, I had to get that toggle switch put in it. And the guy went through it and tested it. It was a good, I think it put out over 300 watts. So that's 3 tube kickers I got yet to check. I clean a little bit on these mics now every now and then with Sprasso. Got them starting to shine up. It's hard to get them shine up without taking any of the stickers or anything off them. That's a Diamond Eagle right there. Never had a battery in it. What was that, their anniversary? 93? 50-year anniversary? I seen one of them sell for $500 on eBay. Stupid me, I got the box and everything upstairs. I don't know why I didn't put it in the box, but it didn't. But it's cleaning up. It's going to have one little spot on it, but well, what are you going to do? It's serial number 0051. So it's 51 made. I'm going to make a gun video on this. Extractors broke. And when I took it apart to put the new one in, here I found out there's a crack in the damn action where the pin goes through. And if you look, there's no difference between the barrel and the action. It's all one piece. So what I'm doing, I found one just like this in the same shape. Well, it works though. The only difference, it still has sling swivels. So it's a hair nicer than this one. But it's on Gunbrokers, and it If somebody got it for the starting bid, they'd have $600 in it to get it home. I'm going to see what it sells for. And I checked parts on eBay. I can make $600 off this gun, parting it out on eBay. Or I could put the extractor in it and beat it with a hammer and try to JB weld it or something to make it work, but it would never be right. That is a Savage 19 NRA model. There's only one on eBay or Gunbroker, and there's hardly ever one. I drove 30 miles to get that thing. Guy told me he had a Mauser military gun that his father brought home from the war. When I got there, he had this Savage 19. Broke. The bolt won't shut because the action spread apart where the pin come up out of the extractor, and somebody went to close the bolt, bent everything up. But this magazine, anybody knows anything about these, that's $150, $125 magazine. You see a Savage magazine with a screw in the bottom like that, and it says NRA on it. Hard to read that, I guess, but that's a $100 mag. Well, I got there, he shows me this, and it's broke. I was mad. I had a big four-wheel drive truck with 44 tires on it, 44-inch tires. I probably used a tank of gas, you know. So I bought it for $50. Like I say, I think I can part it out. The bolt's worth $1.50 at least. Them sights are worth $100. Then you got stock, complete stock with all the bands and everything. That front sight's $30. A lot. But I hate to take it apart. I'm not sure what to do yet. So it's like it's got 3 days till I see what that auction does. I've been looking around, I can't seem to find. I bought that ejector twice that it's missing. The pin's still in it, but it's broke around it. I bought it twice, and I got 2 of them, and I can't find them. I'm about to get this cleaned up now. Let's see if it's working. I don't know if you can send them back and get that modulation fixed or not. I don't know. 17 minutes. Holy heck, I'm talking my head off. The wife's sick, the dog's sick. I'm walking around by myself, bored to death. It's cold outside. See all my needles and all my radios stuck from setting. I bought 2 new ones for $2,000. Cost me $60. And the guy has them every once in a while. I was going to buy 2 more for each one of them, but now I've had my money in other places, so I let a couple sets go by. Because sometimes you can fix these. Well, I'm the kind of guy, if I can get a new one, I'd rather have a new one, you know. Of course, these are the original. I don't know. Where do you toe the line of keeping stuff original or not? Alright, I'm going to title this one CB and a gun video, since I talked about that Savage. I had it on my computer and I took it off. I had that picture on eBay of a part that showed exactly where that gun was broke. Well, I'm going to have to do it later. This video is getting too long. I'm going to get back on and get this stuff cleaned up. That's a freak counter there. This is a Pride preamp that you tuned in like a linear to bring your signal in. I haven't found the power supply yet, but I know I have it in one of these boxes somewhere. There's a couple of walkie-talkies. I put a battery in that one and it worked. I don't know what channel I'm on, but it worked. I didn't have a freak counter to check it. That goes back into my childhood, too. One time, I was about 13 years old, and me and my buddy had that. One of them, there was 2 of them. And there was this guy real loud. The only one we could hear was this guy, like super loud. And we was, like I said, we was 13 years old. We was getting on it and going, F you, and, you know, all kind of cussing at him and shit. And I don't know what he turned on. He must have turned on a linear or something. But he literally keyed up and about blew that thing out of my hand. And he's going, "Oh, we're the FCC and we're coming to get you." And geez, he had us scared. We were young. We were scared to death. We didn't know anything. We took the batteries out of them, hid them under the damn mattress just in case. We thought the FBI was going to come and get us. Here, he was a guy just lived around the block from my mother. He kicked on his power about blew that thing out of my hand. Old Duke Barbat. He died, and then his son had some kind of blood disease, and he died young too. Me and him used to trade gun stuff together. This here, I had an antenna up in the woods, and when I was brush hogging, I'd take this with me and take that antenna off and put that adapter. I had one of those antennas with a round loop in the bottom and went up and had the X on the top. Astroplane or something. I'd plug this power mic into this top of this thing. I could talk all over the place. I could talk better on this barefoot with that power mic on that old antenna than I could with 100 watts on my beam, because I was that much higher. I was looking down at my house. It was unbelievable how far I could talk from up there. I always thought, boy, I'd love to have a CB room up there, All right, I'm done. 21:39. You all have a good one. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Like and subscribe, whatever that is. Do all that shit, share and all that. You all heard the story. At least hit that damn like button. I'd like to see a few likes, especially on the CB stuff. There's CB sites everywhere, but I'm not. All my CB videos are falling to the bottom. Let's get them boosted up a little bit. All right, everybody have a good one. Man, everybody pray for them hurricane victims, huh? God, what a mess. I don't care about all this radio junk or my guns, but if my property got destroyed like that, I'd die. They had such a beautiful place. Let's just be thankful for what we got. All right, that's my story, and I'm sticking it to it. Good evening. Or sticking to it. I'm not sticking it to it. I'm sticking to it. Good evening.